Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. With the holidays upon us and shopping in full swing, we all have those people in our lives that we've got to get something for, but we really don't like them all that much. So I thought it was a good time to tell you our list of bad Christmas gifts to give a gun owner. So sit back, stop searching for black multicam wrapping paper, and let's start the show. First up on the list is going to be that spinning target set from Caldwell that you can find covered in dust at any Walmart sporting goods section. Now, don't get me wrong here, Caldwell does make some targets and other shooting accessories that are just fine, but the ones I'm talking about are only considered a reactive target because they react by breaking on impact.
Thanks, Obama.
They might say rimfire rated, and there's even one, if you can believe it, that says centerfire rated, but I can assure you these things aren't even rated for a strong fart after a night out drinking and eating wings. But if you do need something that lives up to its claims, then make sure to check out the products from today's video sponsors. VaultPro, proudly manufacturing the finest American-made safes, vault doors, safe rooms, and storm shelters. When you guys buy from VaultPro, your safety, security, and privacy, well, it's their only priority. VaultPro has never and will never release your information to another party. And by PWS. PWS is now offering their advanced BDE suppressors in 4 caliber options: 7.62, 9mm, 22, and 5.56. These suppressors offer revolutionary sound control, all while remaining lightweight and tough. They're easy to clean, easy to install, and easy to maintain. These suppressors will make shooting even better than it was before. Click all the links down in the doobly-doo. If they're all out of those targets, just go around and get them one of those 18-piece cleaning kits. It'll add to the clutter of the other 74 cleaning kits they already have but don't use. Let's be honest here, most of us just use some hops or CLP on a bore snake and call it a day. Most of those little plastic tips are just going to snap anyways when you try to use them, or strip the garbage molded threads when trying to change the tips. They come with, what, like 50 patches, but as soon as you use 3 of them, the rest just fall on the floor, and in a blur of streak and fur, the cat has come along to take them into the land of lost socks, never to be seen again. These kits are about as functional as a coma patient being fed paint chips. Now, moving away from the Walmart-specific trash, if you're the type of guy who likes to play funny pranks, then this one is for you. We all have that one friend who wants to be as tactical as possible and has thought about getting Tyrannosaurus arms tattooed onto his real arms as an ode to Lucas Botkin.
Danny, you're a young man. Don't do it.
If he's still in the learning stages, why not just get him a single point sling? There is nothing, and I mean nothing, better than watching somebody who's never done a transition before practice in front of a mirror for the very first time just to have that swing an 8.9 pound rifle smack him right in the corn cob and muffins. When that happens, you gotta play it off like it's normal and tell him to train through it. This will extend your joy you get out of giving that gift for the entire year.
This contest is over. Give that man the $10,000.
For all those FUDs and do-it-yourselfers out there, get them a Dremel and a link to a YouTube video about starting their own gunsmithing business by using that Dremel to polish Kimber feed ramps. Now, I'm not actually completely sure this video even exists, but it sounds like it has to, so we're gonna roll with it. With this one great gift, they will have hours and hours of fun scrolling through the ARFCOM forums trying to find a fix for whatever they've done in their ignorance. In reality, the only way to fix people like this is to go back in time and convince their grandmothers to go out drinking about 8 months before their father was born.
What did you say?
Let's not forget training, people. I mean, let's be serious. You wouldn't make these mistakes if you had the proper training. That's why we suggest getting the shooter in your life a proper training class with Dale Brown from Detroit Urban Funeral Services, aka Dust, Detroit Urban Survival Training, the premier fantasy world training experience. Nothing will give them false confidence like a 3-hour session with Mr. Brown. Do you really want to get wrist slapped by a guy wearing a tactical vest and a Freddie Mercury mustache? I didn't think so. That's basically what the class is all about, thinking that you can be faster than a trigger pull and that moving your head to the side somehow tricks people because tracking a moving target with your eyes just isn't something that happens in Detroit, apparently. Kinda starting to make sense why there's so much crime in that city. If his classes are sold out or out of your price range, in a pinch, Voda will work. Now, if you have a friend that's always bragging about how good they are at shooting, just get them a Pistol 101 class from the least qualified person that you can find. Make sure that instructor background says something like Vice President of the Sheriff's Youth Training Guild 1971 through 1974. This will ensure that they have the requisite knowledge to teach the advanced techniques that your friend will actually want. Make sure to put something in the card about how it's always good to practice the fundamentals. After they finish that class, they'll be looking up at the bottom echelon of mediocrity. When they've reached this point, there's only one YouTuber that they're going to identify with, so get them some Yankee Marshall merch. With all the relevance of an engineer putting his favorite flavor of jelly in an IKEA direction seat, the Yankee Marshall merch is just peak cringe. Buying something of his or even watching his videos in 2023 is a bigger waste of time than watching paint dry. But at least with paint drying, there is some sort of visual improvement. With the Yankee Marshall merch, there's just public shame and exile. Let's not forget exile.
Be gone, fuck!
Now your friend might just be the artsy type, so getting them an ample supply of Krylon might just be all the entertainment that you're ever gonna need. Just think that every time he repaints his rifle a different variation of striped something with a laundry netted pattern, you can post your favorite gun group on Facebook and make fun of him all year long. Make sure to get him colors that do not match his geographical surroundings at all. By the time the next year rolls around, the gun will be about a half a pound heavier just from all those layers of paint. Hey, you can always get him a Glock switch. Yep, that's right. One of those ATF traps you see advertised online all the time. Head on down to your local public library with a prepaid debit card and order one straight to his house. Make sure to have him write a card out saying, "Hope you get years of fun and enjoyment out of this switch." Signed, a secret admirer. Now, this is going to do a couple of things for you. It's not only going to lead to interesting ring cam footage, but it might also cause that person and their spouse to work out some of those personal issues if they think there's a secret admirer in the mix. Now for more of a destination gift. Get them 2 tickets to the next Denton County Gun Show. This works especially well if you don't even live in Texas. Just tell them that you heard it was the premier gun show in all the country and secretly make SHOT Show look like amateur hour. After they get out of the battle that is the gun show regulars, they could go experience classic Texas life, like waiting in line at a Whataburger for 45 minutes and then just leaving empty-handed to go to a Buc-ee's and get some barbecue and jerky that totally wasn't from some mystery meat animal that was found on the side of eastbound 380's lane. As a combo to that last one, you could also always get them a bunch of rear window stickers that promote the 2A life so that all the criminals know exactly which car has a Smith & Wesson STVE stuffed in the glove box that's dying to get out and scratch off those itchy serial numbers. There is nothing quite like the irony of seeing a truck with a come and take it sticker having a smashed window and a stolen gun. It's almost like these people are some kind of gun genies that are just out there granting wishes. Oh, you wanted a free gun that you can sell for $100 on the street? Well, come and take it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Did you really think that we were going to get all the way through this video without suggesting you go out and buy a tack sack? No way there, bud. We're not above that childish type of humor. I mean, it's balls for your rifle. How much worse of an idea do you actually need? This is something that only AR owners do and need. AK guys don't need balls added to their rifles, mostly because it's a commie gun and their owner's testicles belong to the state for glorious reproduction efforts. Gotta keep up those conscript numbers, am I right? Now, there were a few honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list, but you're gonna have to wait till next year. Subscribe, folks.